Alison. Hi, I'm Peter Wickham. This is Murray Island. Some folks have asked us how we live up here, and we've made a short video on various aspects of our life on Murray. This is our very own bicycle and our main means of transport on Murray. Speaking of high technology, let's go and have a look at our power generation. Come on, Alison. Well, in the bad old days, like up till last year, we used to do all our washing by hand, taking volumes and volumes of our precious water. Some of our loving supporters saved up and gave us this wonderful machine called a generator. It now runs the washing machine down here. We'll show you in just a moment. It's a nice quiet one, a 1.4 kVA. It won't probably sound very quiet, but it's much more quiet than others. This is our solar panel that charges up our 12-volt battery. The 12-volt battery then runs all the lights in the house. We can also run our cassette player and our radio off the 12-volt. It was very simple to install. All we had was this one cable. It's got a red and a black wire, and it goes onto the panel and goes straight down onto the battery. We find it saves an awful lot of money on kerosene and dry cell batteries. In the wet season, when the sun changes over to the south, I simply take this off here and turn it around so it faces the other way. It's a lovely, simple system, and we're really thankful for it. One thing we really love about Murray Island is the incredible difference in scenery between all of this. It's bushland, bamboo and the trees and flowers, the hill, beach where the village is, around the back of the island where all the rocks are. It's really wonderful to experience the Lord's creation and the change of scenery we can have just for the walking of half a mile or so. It's really fantastic. Let's go and see what's up there. This is about half full now. During the wet season, of course, with the rain coming off the roof and coming down the downpipe, we get this filling up almost every night and overflowing. But during the dry season now, when it doesn't rain too much, it's come down to about halfway. When it gets down to about here, we'll lose the water in the kitchen, and after that, of course, we start getting water out of the well again. Recently, the water came on in the scheme water from up on the top of the hill. The water is quite reasonable that comes out of here. As you can see, it's quite clear, but if we use it for drinking, it doesn't taste really the best. It tastes a little bit tarry, and it leaves a decided ring of scum around your coffee cup, which isn't too nice. We have drunk it before, but it's usually best to boil it as well. This is the well behind our house where we sometimes get water during the dry season. Let's just see if we can get some water out of it now. This well is about 40 feet deep, quite a long way down. Hello, we're in luck. Once you've weeded the tadpoles things out of it, it's quite clear water. We have this little vegetable patch over here with some native kind of spinach. So we often have a rather difficult choice between watering our spinach and drinking the water ourselves. Actually grows more like a pumpkin vine. It tastes very much like silver beet. Very nutritious and quite delicious too. Over here we have our banana trees. As you can see, they're a lovely big bunch up here. I expect in a couple of weeks they'll be nice and ripe and we'll be feasting on those. There's another bunch up behind me here. And also over here we have cassava. You don't actually eat the tops of these. I believe you can, but we don't. We haven't tried them yet. The right time of year you can harvest the roots, and they have a tuber very much like a potato, only sweeter. Also over here we have several citrus trees. These were just little guys when we brought them up from Cairns. This one is a mandarin tree. One behind me here is a lemon, and we have several lime trees around the place. I guess by the time we come back from furlough next year, these will be laden with fruit. I certainly hope so.
To come up here.
Smells good though. Maybe don't eat it more.
A bit for you. Mind your fingers. There we go. Here's your bit. We have to make our own bread here most of the time, of course, because they can't bring it in. It goes off too quickly. We don't have any trouble making it come up. It comes up pretty good in this warm climate. The kids always like to help make bread too.
Hi, big now.
Now we're going to put it away until it gets really big when we cook it. The beach. Where's the dog? Yes, what's the dog called?
On the beach. Mine, a little tree.
A little tree.
Yeah.
Has your tree got apples in it? Where's the apples? We'll be doing correspondence lessons with the children part of the time, as well as sending them to school part of the time so that they can meet other children. James is only preschool level at the moment, and he's still waiting for his correspondence lessons to arrive, but he does enjoy doing a bit of drawing to send to Grandma and Grandpa in a letter, and he's reading a few books already.
This is our car. We've just been shopping. Every store has its own store, every island has its own store and its own telephone. Over here we have the store we've just come from where we buy our groceries to eat, and over there is the telephone which we use to telephone down south when the weather is good. It also runs on a solar panel, and it has a day's grace or so when there's cloudy weather, but apart from that it packs up as soon as the sun stops shining. Well, let's see if we can get the stuff home. Off we go in the car. You helping, Alison? Good.
James, there's your bread.
Look, your little one. What else is one? That's Jamie's one, is it?
They came up big, didn't they?
Mom.
This is your one here.
The building behind me is the house that we built specifically for translation work. In fact, we have a session going on right now, starting up with Ken Passy, one of my co-translators.
Is droop, but very much is past of the past tense, so it's just droop.
Past tense, and it means to droop over.
Yeah.
This is my friend Ken Passy. We're working on the translation of the parable of the sower together. The first thing we do is to go through the understanding of the passage through the exegetical helps. These helps are extremely helpful. They're a combination of many, many commentaries and many years of work by learned men. As we go through those, we gain a much greater understanding of the passage together. Ken's first job is to go through and give a rough translation. That means going through and telling the story as he would say it. Now obviously he makes a few mistakes, he doesn't understand some things, he puts a word wrong here and there, as we always do if we're telling a story. Now I get someone like, or another language helper to go through and to correct some of those mistakes, give perhaps more of an idea, a better understanding. Then we come back to Ken and he goes through and corrects some of their mistakes. And so gradually, bit by bit, we build up the very best picture we have of the story. When it's finally all done, we put it in for checking and finally for printing.